You know, learning to accept yourself can be quite difficult. Yet I often hear that if you can manage to do so, then everything else in life will follow suit. We need to think about that for a split second. Do you really think someone is out there watching you and judging your every move? Like, come on, bro. I can most likely promise you they're not. You see, I've watched so many spiritual, self-help, motivational videos on the topic of, self-love, accepting yourself, and learning to love others, etc., etc. After consuming all these different types of content, I began to notice most of them sounded a bit the same. The background styles were similar. Even the way they spoke to their viewers began to blend together in one big monotone type voice. You get what I mean? This all made me feel so disconnected from the community, almost like I wasn't enough, or I didn't have the right aesthetic to fit in, or I just wasn't doing something right. Before this video goes on any further, I want you to know you are worthy of love and adoration. And as long as I have a channel in this community, this is a place where you can feel welcome and maybe even grow a bit. Nonetheless, I want you to look around my room for a minute. There's nothing special here. No lights, no chairs, no sets, no fancy tech. I'm not going on special trips. There aren't any typical things you've grown used to seeing. I'm just a normal person with an abnormal dream. You see, I have the same routine every day. Wake up, stretch for a while to loosen up my body. I go smoke, come in, clean everything, decide if I want to work, go work for like 4 to 5 to 6 hours, buy 3 monsters and some food, come home, edit or watch videos for hours on end, go smoke again, sleep, wake up and do the same thing the next day. It's a repeating cycle. This is something I'm slowly starting to accept as my life. I'm sure many others have the same routine with slight alterations, of course. I've watched numerous videos on how we should change that cycle, but you can only change that cycle for so long before, well, you get the picture. Eventually, you're gonna go back to what you know. Most creators don't tell you how to fix that, do they? That's what I find funny. You need some type of catalyst to come in randomly and shake up some aspect of your life. For example, this one particular woman. To be honest, when I simply think about her, when I simply think about her smile, it seems like for a moment, time slows down, and it's like I'm in another dimension, just me and her. Is weird. Not, now don't get me wrong, I don't know sexual stuff, but like just vibing and just chilling and enjoying each other's company. And the crazy thing about it is, I've never met her, and she probably doesn't even know I exist. And truthfully, I don't think I'll ever meet her. And yeah, that does suck, but that's the way the cookie crumbles in life. And that's something I haven't fully accepted yet. Although I am coming to terms with it slowly. You see, within all aspects of life, you have to be able to accept that sometimes things aren't going to work out in your favor. And that, my friends, is perfectly okay. Take these moments as a personal lesson. Analyze the past situation. Figure out what you could have done differently. Take a mental note of it and move on, Because to put it quite simply, you can't change the past. Unless your ass finna get a time machine, you cannot change the past. So just move on. Now, I want to get a bit deeper. Let's talk about desires, goals, dreams, and, end destinations. Before I start, I want to tell you, I'm not into killing dreams. But if you happen to be around the same age as me, well, let's just say becoming the president or going to the moon, my boy, that wouldn't be too realistic, would it now? Let's be real. That ain't gonna happen. Yet in no way am I telling you to not shoot for the stars. But what I am saying is, maybe aim for those a little bit closer to you. You see, truthfully, I've been creating art, doing videography, editing, animation, etc., for years now. And yes, bro, numerous times I've thought about giving it all up for something that wouldn't suit me. Man, I thought about becoming a Marine. I thought about going to the Army. I thought about working on an oil rig. I don't even know how to apply to those jobs. That's what I think is funny about it. But I just wanted stability. Somehow, that passion in me always builds up and I come right back. Because I feel like in my mind, if I'm not creating, I don't know how to put it. If I'm not creating, then what am I doing? I know I shouldn't think like that, but it's weird. just feel like if I'm not creating, then I'm sitting there and I'm just dying slowly. I don't know why I think about it that way, but I do every day. I have to make something. If I don't make anything, I feel sluggish and unaccomplished, and I just feel a mess. So I wanted to make this video because I know there's someone out there that's probably feeling the same way I am right now. And that's okay, bro. That's okay. You know, you stuck, lost, a bit hopeless, maybe down and out, right? Believe me, I know that feeling all too well. And I've watched so many gurus on how to grow at this point that, bro, I've lost count. And honestly, bro, none of these videos worked at all. Shit, I even enrolled in a growth course. That is nothing like me, my guy. Spoiler alert, though. That shit didn't work either, and I wasted my time and money. Man, I wish I had a mentor to tell me, like, hey, you probably shouldn't do this, but, you know, we all gotta bump our heads sometimes. It's quite simple. Authenticity is something that can't be faked or mass-produced. It's genuine, you know what I mean? You need to feel like people can feel when there's not a real connection between you and them when you're creating or when you're speaking, you know? You gotta put your soul into it. I know how easy it is to see someone who you think hasn't done as much thriving and as much work and building a craft, really giving it they all as you, and just look at them and become a bit envious. I've been there too, my boy. I done looked at numerous people. I'm not gonna bash nobody, but you know what I mean? Like, I look at them, god damn, bro, like, how you get famous for sitting there and doing nothing, and you got people over here that's giving it they all and waking up every single day and going at it, and guess what, bro? They're not gonna go nowhere. Believe me, I've been here. I know the mindset. So if you're thinking that you ain't alone, when I accepted the fact that I'm not them, bro, you are not them, and you can't follow the same path that they follow. You know what I mean? When I started to accept that, that's when I started to create things that I love. I told a story with everything that meant something to me, and I started to create things I loved and told a story that meant something to me with everything I touched. This is the moment where my online career began to grow. I made sure I formed a bond with everybody in my community that I could in any possible way. These were the people that, you know, they loved my vision. They loved what I was doing. These were the people that wanted to hear my message and see me thrive. Maybe not even see me thrive, they just wanted to lurk. You know what I mean? There's a big difference between spectators and supporters. A lot of people just got a ton of spectators. They just sitting there watching. But that's what you don't know. You know what I mean? You gotta see the full scope of things. But when you see the full scope of things, you'll realize, man, maybe that ain't even for you. I know now. I know I probably won't be the biggest creator out there, and I'm perfectly fine with that. As long as I can help somebody out in the slightest way, that's what makes my day. I've begun to notice a common thing the more I aged and the more I matured and moved on with my life. And this being that in order to have the ideal life, we need all kinds of materialistic things and large-scale accomplishments, and you did this and you bought that, and you know what I mean? Like, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. You do not need that to change the world and simply make an impact. Hell, you got normal, average people making the world go round every single day without the slightest lick of acknowledgement or recognition. You know what I mean? You never know, bro. You never know. You never know. There's always a kid somewhere watching you and observing. Even if you don't think there is, I promise you, bro, there is. They observing your style and your actions. You never know. They may have a detrimental impact on their lives. See? While you're busy trying to change numerous parts of yourself, someone out there see you as a hero and want to be just like you. So just think about that for a second before you make any rash decisions. Accept who you are and build on that. But hey, subscribe for the vibe. And until next time, peace and love, man. I'm out.